Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title, this is a story time of me moving in with my friend and my experience. So if you are interested in that, then just keep on watching. Grab your little snack, a little drink, and let's just get right into the video.
And I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high. Hands up high.
All I have to say pretty much, like, there's no beef. There's like, this happened 2 years ago, so it's in the past. Like, I really don't care about it anymore. Okay, so first, so we're gonna use a nickname for her. Her name is going to be Diva. Okay, we're gonna call her Diva. Okay, so me and Diva have been friends for a very long time. Like, a very long time. Like, since elementary type. And so basically, the whole reason we had got into talking about us moving in with each other was because I was staying by myself. Well, I was staying with my daughter, and I had my own place, but something happened there that I just didn't want to stay there anymore. And I also didn't want to stay by myself. And it was kind of like a win-win for both of us, because she was like, you know, she needed the money, you know, she wanted to save up or whatever. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, we can do that. But the thing is, y'all, like, you cannot move in with a person like that you never have lived with before. Because living with a person is so much different than, like, seeing them on, like, an everyday basis, or, like, spending the night at their house. Like, living with someone is so, like, it's a whole different thing. So I ended up moving in with her, and we had talked about the bills or whatever, and I had agreed to pay $300 because it wasn't a big place and I didn't even have my own room, so I wasn't gonna pay more than that, basically. So we agreed upon that, and that was that. Like, we had a set rate for everything. I wasn't gonna pay no more, no less than $300. As time was going by, it was like real cool. We were just both doing our own thing. Like, we would go to like little parties together, or like go out to eat, or even go to church. Then I met my boyfriend, and she started talking to this guy. We were pretty much doing our own thing at that point. Like, she would go chill with him, go spend the night at his house, or whatever, and I would be seeing my boyfriend. But then they ended up breaking up, and whenever they broke up, I feel like that's when everything like went left. Like, I had never really had a problem with her before then, like, really ever, and if I did, we would like talk about it. But that, I felt like that like really changed the whole thing, because then she ended up getting into school and was like, just throw slugs like, oh, you don't really be doing nothing, like, you just be running around, blah blah blah. Like, last time I checked, this is my life, girl. Like, if I want to run around, I can run around. If I want to, like, whatever I do, I can do, because I am grown. Like, I'm my own person, and you know, you don't do nothing for me. I pay my part. I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm a good parent. Like, so who are you to try to tell me like I'm this and this type of person because of what I do? And I know some of y'all are probably thinking like, oh, maybe she was just telling you what you didn't want to hear, but that was definitely not the case. Like, she was literally just trying to talk down on me and make herself feel better about herself. And then it was like a problem. I wouldn't have anybody over there just because it was a really, really small place, and I just didn't feel comfortable having anybody over, because, you know, that was like an invasion of her privacy too. It wasn't just my house, it was both of ours. So the only people that would come over was my sibling. I feel like it was this a weird energy. I don't even know how to explain it. I just didn't like it. Okay, so there would be like days. Okay, so we live together, right? And we even work together, y'all. Okay, that's the thing. This is the real kicker. We live together and we work together, y'all. So, like, how much more time would you want to spend with the person if you live with them and you work with them and that's just your friend. Like, that is a lot of time to be spending with the person. She basically was like, I wasn't spending enough time with her once I got a boyfriend, because her and her man they ended up splitting up because he was living like a whole double life or whatever. So when they split up, like I said, that's when things went left, and she started like acting funny because I wanted to spend time with my boyfriend and she wanted me to spend time with her. And it's like, okay, like I understand that, but it's like I said, we live together and we work together, we eat dinner together. Like, what more do you want from me as a friend? Like, I am doing everything I can. I also have to be a parent, a daughter, a sibling. Like, I have other friends as well outside of this one friendship. Like, I cannot spend all my time on this one friendship. Like, there's other things in life that need my time. That was like another thing. So I would invite my boyfriend places like whenever we would go and do things, and she just didn't like that because, like I said, she didn't have a boyfriend anymore. But when she did have a boyfriend, like, it was never a problem. So that's how I knew, like, okay, it's gonna start being a problem, because you just got your heart broke or whatever, and you feel like I'm being funny towards you because I'm spending time with him. But it's really not even like that. Like, it's just, I'm just doing whatever I want to do. Like, I don't feel like I should have to run anything that I do by anybody. Like, that just, no. What do I look like? Like, running every single thing I do through one person just for their approval. I'm not gonna do that. That's just, that makes no sense. So like I said, one day she ended up coming to me and was like, I just feel like you're not being a good friend anymore. You just been spending more time with like other people, and you're not just being a good friend and trying to spend time with me. And like I said, we live together, we work together. That is enough. Like, I don't know what more you want from me. And I feel like that's like, it hurt her feelings, and instead of like coming to talk to me about it, she just would like be weird about it, like throw like slugs, or like just like give a certain look. You know how you could just like feel an energy from somebody, like, they just don't want you around, like they kind of like envy you, but they don't want to like get rid of you either, if that makes sense. I don't know. And that's basically what that was. So instead of spending time there, I was spending more time outside of the apartment, because I'm like, I don't want to stay there and just be forced into like weird scenarios and be in that weird energy. I just don't want to deal with that. And I don't have to deal with that. So I would go out, and then she tried to sit down with me and have another talk, and that night I was tired. Like, I was honestly not even trying to hear it. So I really don't remember too much of what she said, but that was like another key moment where it was like, yeah, this is not gonna work, because you're coming to me again with the same problem when I already told you what it was. And it's like, you're my friend, a friend, not anything more than a friend. Like, yes, we are close, like you're like a sister, but like, I need to be a person outside of that friendship. And she wasn't having that. Like, she wanted us to be like this. And it's like, that was cool when we were younger, but now that we're older, we have to be our own people, baby. Like, we can't keep doing this. At that point, I was like, okay, what am I about to do? Because I just didn't want to be there anymore. Like, I just felt like unwanted. And then, like I said, she got into school and was like trying to talk down on me. And I just feel like, as a friend, like, how could you even say some slick shit like that? Like, how could you even think that about a friend? Like, you wouldn't, unless you're just being weird. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Those were like just the two things. Like I said, it was never like a bad experience other than this, living with her. Like, she was clean. We would have our cleaning days. We would do laundry, have a laundry day. Oh, that was another thing. I'm gonna I have a screenshot of her basically saying that I needed to stop washing so much because it was making the electric bill go up. And when I say this is another thing that we talked about before I had even moved in. like, okay, I know the electric bill is going to go up because you're having two more people live with you. So if you have two more people living with you, obviously the electric bill is going to go up because you're using more electricity because there's more people there. And she didn't understand that. So I told this story because I had like explained the story to my mom or whatever. And for some reason I thought it was like a lot of money that was like on the electric bill. It only had went up $10, y'all. So you mean to tell me you're tripping over $10? $10, like, and I know some people are like $10, like it's just the principle of the $10, blah blah blah. But $10, like, I was already paying majority of the electric bill. So, and we were going, I would say half on rent, and I was putting groceries in the fridge. So it's like, what are you really mad about? Like, I'm making sure the apartment is good. There was never not food in the fridge. Like, everything was good, and you just had to mess it up. Like, we had a good thing going. If you would have just chilled, just coasted through it, like, it would have been good. But you just started being weird. Like, she just started being weird, and I just didn't like that. You go and talk to, like, being an adult, communication is key, and that's something that you go and talk to the other person about. And that wasn't the case, and that's what really ruined everything because you didn't come and talk to me about the situation. You just like took it upon yourself to just act out on it, I guess. At that point, I was just ready to move out, so I was like trying to find different places. The whole point I had moved in, like I said, was to save money, to try to find a better place. I mean, we had talked about like moving in again, like getting an actual house instead of an apartment, but it was like never set in stone. So I finally ended up finding a place to stay, and like I had already had it on the back burner, just in case like something popped off or whatever, because I knew something was gonna happen. Because when you could just feel something, like you could just feel something coming because the energy has just been off.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So one day she called and like about the electric bill. She was like, I need to give her more money, and I told her no, I'm not giving you more money. We had a set agreement, and like I said, I was paying majority of the electric bill, and I don't owe anything else to you. Like, you should have said, if it fluctuates or whatever, like fluctuates very high, then we can work something out. But like a 10, 20, even $30, you knew what it was when we were moving in because it's two extra people. Like, imagine how much you spend on electric with one person. Times that by 3. It's probably not going to be that much, obviously, because y'all are all still using the same lights and all that. But it's obviously going to go up with 2 more people moving in. I was just over it, y'all. Like, I just didn't want to be there anymore. I just felt like the energy was off, and I just didn't want to be in that situation. So I was like, I gotta get myself out of the situation. She basically called me and told me that I was just like weird, how I was just a bad friend, and she even tried to fight me over this situation. Like, we're not gonna get into that. Like, you want to fight me, and I'm supposed to be your friend, but I'm the bad friend, but you want to fight me? On top of her saying that she wanted to fight me, she tried to say that I was jealous of her, that's why our friendship wasn't gonna work out. Like, jealous for what? We live in the same place, we work at the same place. The only difference is you're going to school. Not everybody goes to school. Not everybody needs school to be successful. There's plenty of people in the world that didn't go to school and they're successful. Just because you're going to school doesn't make you no better than me, girl. It's because she didn't get her way, and you wanted to be ugly. Like, you wanted to try to use that against me, and that just wasn't gonna happen. So like I said, I took myself out of the situation and I haven't looked back. Like, and I will never ever move in with another friend again.
I will never ever move in with another friend again.
Because it's just, well, first off, I would never need to move in with another friend again. And second of all, like I said, you cannot move in with people you have never lived with. Like, it is just totally different with moving in with someone else. Honestly, even moving in with a significant other, it's different. It's like kind of like the same thing because it all comes down to like communication and financial stability. Basically, that's what it comes down to. Living with each other is the bills, making sure the bills get paid, and you wanted to be funny about that, and I didn't like that, so it is what it is. Like I said, I'm over it now. I just wish things could have been different, like handled differently. I guess it just really wasn't worth it. And I feel like on my part, I really didn't do anything wrong. Like maybe I should have communicated more, but like I said, I'm a grown person. I don't need to run every single thing through you. Like, that's just not being ideal. That's not being realistic. To have another grown person, like, and I have no ties to you, like, yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed this story time, and if you did, leave a like. Yeah, it was just a weird situation, y'all. If y'all get anything from the story time, it was that don't be a weird friend and don't move in with your friends. And also, if you do invite someone to live with you, no, it is not just gonna be the same. Like, move having other people move in with you, your like your privacy is pretty much out the window. Other than you being in your room, other than that, like your privacy is pretty much out the window. And I think that's was also another problem is because she was like so used to being by herself, and I have a kid, and you know, if you have kids, they're a little much. Like they like to like jump around, they don't listen sometimes, they are messy, and they're just a lot because wouldn't say they don't know any better, but they're still learning, you know. And yeah, it's different having kids, and people need to understand that it's not like they think like, oh, it's just like having a niece and a nephew, you know, but that kid is there to stay. Yeah, but like I said, if you enjoy the story time, leave a like and a comment down below. I'm gonna be doing more story times as well. This was just like the most highly requested one. The next one I'm gonna do is getting jumped in ATX. And if y'all don't know what this is, that is Austin, Texas. Yes, y'all, I got freaking jumped. And it was horrible. So if y'all want to hear that story time, make sure y'all turn that post notifications on so y'all can get notified when I upload new videos. That will be one of the ones that I upload. If not the next one, then the next one, because I do have a couple of ideas of some videos that I want to film for you guys. And I really been like trying to push these videos out, y'all, but this week was kind of hectic. I'm still kind of sick. I don't know if y'all probably can tell by my voice and how I'm breathing. I'm probably breathing hard as hell, but yeah. I've been sick probably about like the past 2 days. Just been congested and have like a slight cough and a runny nose. And the baby has been having a cough, and Nisa has been having a cough as well. So it's been a crazy week. And then also with the crazy schedule of working and not having like a set schedule of sleeping, that also has another thing to do with it as well. So y'all just bear with me. I promise y'all, YouTube is my everything. I'm really trying to grow it and turn this into like a full-time job. Really not even a full-time job, just because I honestly enjoy doing YouTube. It's fun for me, and it's like I said in the previous video, this is like something for me that I'm doing for myself. And I've been trying to really grow all my social media platforms, and so far has been doing pretty good. Every day, you know, slowly but surely, my social medias have been growing, and I couldn't be more grateful and thankful for that. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I appreciate it so much. And until next time, bye guys. Y'all, before we go though, can we just appreciate this makeup. Like, yes, the look is definitely giving. I wanted to do something different today, but I was like, I really didn't feel like doing eyeshadow. I really did not. Like, eyeshadow, it doesn't take a long time, but it's like, you know, when you want to have like a certain blended look, you're gonna spend, you know, your time on it, and I just didn't have the time for that today. So I was like, you know what, I had these rhinestones that I had got from the hair store, and I hadn't used any of them. So I was like, you know what, let me just throw some rhinestones on my eyelids, and the other heart is over here. And I didn't even do my eyebrows either, so I literally just did foundation, this, and lashes. And then this lipstick, y'all, so freaking cute. This was $1, y'all. LA Colors matte lips in the color Beloved. Yes, y'all need this, y'all, especially for like fall, winter type looks. This is like going to be a staple. And if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all would have seen this already. And so if you aren't following me, make sure to go follow me. I'll leave that link down below as well.